Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. This is Todd with Industrial Comfort. In today's video, I'm going to step away from fabrication to show you how to fix a broken wheel on your suitcase to save you a few $100s so that you don't have to replace your bag. It's a super easy process and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Now the only thing you're going to need for this project are a pair of needle nose pliers and a screwdriver. In this case, the bolts that we're going to remove, or the screws, are a Phillips head. Now, this happens to be a Samsonite suitcase that is really old, so I don't actually know the model number, but the process is going to be the same. So the first thing that we're going to do is open up the suitcase. Now, every suitcase is going to have a liner like this that's going to have a zipper somewhere that exposes the inside of the suitcase. So mine happens to be at the top of the suitcase here. I'm just going to unzip it. And as you can see, we've got the innards of the suitcase here. So I'm going to get you a new camera angle and I'm going to show you the bolts that we're going to remove. Now I've rotated the suitcase a little bit. The wheels are down here at this end, and if you can see, there are two screws right here. And if I pull back this fabric, you probably can't see it, but there are two more screws right there and there. I'm going to take the screwdriver and I'm just going to unscrew these two screws on the back. And I'm just going to use I've got a driver here, so I'm just going to expedite the process. Okay, now these are very difficult. I'm not sure if there's a better way for me to show you, but they're essentially right here. So I'm just going to tuck the driver underneath and there's one screw, and then I've got one more to remove this wheel assembly. Now, I'm going to turn the suitcase around, okay, and this wheel and the assembly is going to pop right off, okay? So the wheel is contained in this case with this sort of protective back to the suitcase. Now, you can see right there, there is an E-clip, or a retention clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the needle nose pliers and I'm going to grab the retention clip and I'm just going to back it out, okay? And then I'm going to use the pliers to just kind of push that pin back, okay? You'll see here, I'm just going to pull it out and the wheel comes right out. So what I have done off camera is measure this with my calipers, and it is a 75 millimeter wide, which is roughly a 3-inch wheel, by 24 millimeters in width, with a bearing, or a bushing rather here, or an axle, that is 8 millimeters. So I've got a couple of these that I ordered, and we're just going to reverse the process and put things back together. All right, I've got a new wheel here, so I'm just going to reverse the process. I'm going to stick the axle through and ensure that you sometimes, at least on this particular model, you may have noticed that there's a square kind of cutout. So you just have to make sure that the square end of the through axle is oriented appropriately. And you'll see that the pin or the axle sticks through the other side. So I'm just going to take the E-clip with the needle nose pliers and I'm going to stick it back in place. All right, with that back on, I'm just going to reverse the process and screw everything back together. Now you notice that there are two holes right here. These are going to correspond to the two holes here. So I'm just going to line this up with those holes. And I would say keep track of the screws, because the longer ones will go into the bottom and the shorter ones will go into the back. Now that's assuming that your screws are different sizes. Just a quick note, when you're screwing these screws back in, the plastic is not super hard, so you want to make sure that you don't over tighten and strip the plastic. Really doesn't get much easier than this. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.